I look forward to doing these shows oftentimes, and it's not without the challenge. Standing here every morning talking about nothing. Wasn't that what Seinfeld was about? Wasn't the whole Seinfeld series was a show about nothing? I, I think that was one of the episodes when they were pitching that Jerry and George Costanza were pitching the show to they were pitching the show to some executives at NBC or something like that, and they were just saying how it was a show about nothing, and that's what my morning videos are. They're just videos about nothing, I guess. But anyway, hmm. Or I got to tell you, it's been a rough couple of days. It really has. This work, all of you know that when you're not in shape, when you're not in, when you're not in the best physical shape, which I'm not, and you start doing things, like painting your house, the up, the down, the carrying this and moving that and everything like that. Boy, it's just your aching bones. My legs right now. My legs are aching between riding 15 to 20 miles a day on my bike and getting up and down and all this stuff with the painting. My legs, my aching back, and what have you. It's rough getting old. Those of you out there that are still in your teens or your 20s or even your 30s, I got some advice for you. Don't get old, okay? Just don't do it. It's just not a lot of fun, all right? So anyway, hmm, there's not seriously though, there's not a lot on my mind today. Not too much on my mind of any significance. I you know I was going to rent my house, or I am going to rent my house. I may rent my house uh, uh, this coming season, and I've always tried to figure out. Oh, I don't know if the right word is figure out, but I was going to rent my house to this real estate agent, and real estate agents don't always have the best reputation. I think real estate agents and politicians are very similar in that they're just not the most honest people. They're just not the most honest people. And if you're a real estate agent out there watching my video, I'm sorry, but it's been my experience dealing with real estate agents, and I used to be one, mind you. But anyway, maybe that's why I'm not one anymore, because I'm too honest. But there's I was going to list my place with this. There's every community has their own nice realtor that kind of like is this, the specialty realtor in the community. Whenever somebody in the community thinks real estate, they gravitate towards this realtor and not those realtors. But anyway, so I have a realtor here in this community, and last year she was going to rent my place, and I had asked her how much, and she said 4,400, 4,400 a month. And I think at the end of the day, she brought me a tenant who was with the Minnesota Twins baseball team. She brought me a tenant, and the lease was for 4,100 or something like that. And I said, well, I'm confused. And she said, well, it's late in the season. That was the best I could get, was 4,100. And and I thought to myself, well, okay, I'll let it go this time. And not that you don't need to be flexible, mind you, but anyway, so I was going to rent it, or in thinking of renting it this season, I reached out to the same realtor and I said, listen, I want to rent my place. I said, 4,400, right? Oh yeah, 4,400. Yeah, 4,400. And and I said, okay. I said it's available February and March. And and so off I went, and she said, okay, I'll send some feelers out. So so what ends up happening is I call a friend of mine yesterday that lives here in the community about something unrelated. And she said, oh, guess what? She said, my friends might rent your house. I said, really? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The realtor, is sending them the contract right now, 4,200 a month. I said, what? She said, yeah, 4,200 a month. I said, no, 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 no. It's not 4,200 a month. It's 4,400 a month. You know, it's 4,400 a month. But anyway, and I'm just sitting there to myself thinking, and then I know somebody out there is saying, Tom, what's the difference between $200? I mean, really, what's the difference between, well, over 2 months, $400? And I think, what's the difference? The difference is the difference is $400, but I mean, that's 2 tanks of gas, when I'm driving across the country in the summertime. But anyway, that was that. And so I decided, I never put all my fish in one barrel, so to speak. And last week when I decided to rent my place, I happened to have the email of the guy from the Minnesota Twins that rented my house last year. So I sent him an email asking him. I sent him an email asking him about putting me in touch with somebody with the Twins that would possibly rent my place for me this coming season. And lo and behold, I went right to the Twins organization, and I'm working with the I don't know, his job title is something like the director of travel or something like that, the director of travel operations. And I'm just gonna bypass the freaking realtor. I'm just gonna completely bypass the realtor and just go straight to the go straight to the Twins. And if you're renting out, I mean, it's one thing to rent out, to a complete stranger or strangers. It's one thing to rent your home out to complete strangers, but when you rent out to an organization like the Twins or the Red Sox or something, you have a little bit of peace of mind knowing that whoever's going to be renting it is going to be renting it on their boss's dime, so to speak. So they're probably going to be a little bit more conscientious of taking care of the place because they don't want to get in trouble with the man, so to speak. But anyway, so we will see how that all comes about. And I may rent this place for February and March. And boy, if I do, I got to tell you, one of the places that I'm going is Hawaii. To get back to Maui again, to get back to Maui and get to Napili Point up on the west shore of Maui and just be, snorkeling with sea turtles. Boy, that would be a dream. That would be a quite the dream. But anyway, what else is on my mind? I was out riding my bike yesterday. I'm pretty dead set that I'm going to replace the flooring upstairs. I'm trying to get a hold of Harry. Harry, if you're out there, I've been trying to get a hold of you on Messenger uh, to talk to you about that project. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do the flooring, and I'm debating. I want to do it as cost effectively as possible, which may mean, me tearing out the carpet on my own and doing a lot of the prep work on my own and what have you. And I'm very, very tempted the uh, to do the flooring itself. But I thought to myself, I was out riding my bike yesterday, and down here there's no shortage of construction sites. Just everywhere you look, they're building. They're building everywhere you look. They're building homes down here, or homes, or communities, and what have you. And I thought to myself that that would probably be a good place. Excuse me. That would probably be a good place to outsource some work. To go in there, to go into one of these job sites and find guys that are laying tile, or laying flooring, or doing whatever. Just go there and find guys, and see if there's anybody there that might want a side job, so to speak. A side job, and just pay them their, 1.5 times or double their hourly rate that they're making on the job site, to come over and help me do the work, or to do the work, but anyways, as I was thinking about that, as I was thinking about that idea, I recall the recent conversation with a friend, and the friend told me, just go down to Home Depot and get yourself a couple of Mexicans. Go down to the Home Depot. Yeah, just go pick up a couple Mexicans. And I found myself chuckling, and I've always found myself chuckling over the years. How people have this tendency to tell you, to put the person's nationality or ethnicity or whatever it is into something along those lines. And for those of you overseas, Home Depot is a large chain through the United States of building materials and what have you. And oftentimes you'll find people out front of a Home Depot that are looking for work. They're looking for work. They just kind of hang out and wait for somebody to come up and offer them a job. And oftentimes those people that are in front of a Home Depot waiting to work, or waiting to find work, are Mexican. Oftentimes they are. They're Mexicans that are looking for work here in the country. But the point being is that, oftentimes people will say something to the effect of, hire a couple Mexicans, when the fact that they're Mexican has nothing to do with, hiring them. Or somebody will say, oh, I have this Vietnamese woman do my nails. This wonderful Vietnamese woman does my nails, instead of just saying this wonderful woman does my nails, or Bob's got this little black kid that comes over and mows his lawn. Why do people do that? Why are people compelled to tell you the ethnicity of somebody that's going to do something for them, or something along those lines? It's something that I've never quite figured out. But anyway, not too much not too much else on my mind today, to be quite honest. It's a stretch doing these videos. Coming up every day with thoughts is a can be a real challenge. I've got but I keep spitting them out. Interestingly enough, I've got the Salvation Army coming tomorrow to pick up furniture. I thought to myself, I've got a sofa, I've got a chair, I've got a desk, I've got, whatever. I thought to myself, I could go on the local community website and I could sell these items, or I could even give them away. It wouldn't be a problem to either sell them or give them away, even if I sold them for $50 or something like that. But I thought, why not give it to the Salvation Army? Salvation Army is probably, if I'm not mistaken, the Salvation Army is probably the best source or the best place to give something to charity. I don't necessarily think that, you know, the Goodwill store. I think that's more of a profit based business, whereas the Salvation Army, I think that their money actually goes for more good than anything else. But anyway, so they're going to come and pick up my furniture, and then I'm gonna shop around. I'm not gonna go out and buy new furniture. I'm just not. I'm not gonna go out and buy new furniture. I'm gonna diligently look through the classifieds. There's a website. If you haven't heard of it, it's called Nextdoor, Nextdoor, nextdoor.com, and it's like the Facebook for communities. And when you join Nextdoor, you join it in the context of the community in which you live. But they've opened it up now where you can browse activity from neighboring communities as well. So a lot of people use it as a classified. They use it as a classified, and you go on there, and there's no shortage of stuff to buy. There's absolutely no shortage of stuff to buy. Somebody's making some comments here, and I want to see what they are. But let's see if I can live chat. Good morning. Funny, but I've always wondered why people mention ethnicity, color, skin, etc. Bill Wellness. It does me. To Hannah on the East Coast, it's the most exhilarating drive. I've been on the ocean. Hannah is nice. I've been to Maui. I also make. Good morning, Tom. All right. So, yeah, the road to Hannah. The road to Hannah is a beautiful drive, but you get over to the other side, and you've got the seven. What is it? The seven sacred pools, or whatever it is, the waterfalls down there. But the road to the road to Hannah is a nice drive. But anyway, back to the classified. That's all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some furniture. And yesterday in the comments, Melissa mentioned just getting a love seat, and I thought about that for a moment. And when I thought about that, it's like, people that rent houses, they may want places to sit. So whereas a love seat would suffice for myself, but not necessarily somebody who's going to be renting it with, having family come and visit them and what have you, and finding themselves in a living room wanting to watch a TV, and there's like, they're all trying to fit on a love seat. So I can't necessarily go that route. And I think Oksana had the same, she made a comment about that. I was kind of chuckling as I was out on my bike ride. Oksana and I can't help but to think if the two of us just aren't meant for each other. It seems like every other video, she's thinking the exact same thing that I'm thinking. Like the color that I'm going to paint my room, or all the other things over the last several months that her and I seem to be in sync together on, as far as thinking about that. But anyway, that's about it. Today's Tuesday, Ride for Taco night, and I'll be riding with that gentleman that's 92 years old, bless his heart. 92 years old and still riding a bike. My goodness gracious. But I came down this morning to get my cup of coffee, and I saw this. I saw this on my cupboard, and I thought I would share it with you. I think I've shared this with you before, but this is the prayer for a new day, and it's a wonderful, wonderful prayer. It says, "Help to keep my heart clean and to live so honestly and fearlessly that no outward failure can dishearten me or take away the joy of conscious integrity." And this next line is my favorite. "Open wide the eyes of my soul that I may see the good in all things." Open wide the eyes of my soul that I may see the good in all things. Grant me this day some new vision of thy truth. Inspire me with the spirit of joy and gladness, and make me the cup of strength to suffering souls. You know, isn't that a great line? Make me the cup of strength to suffering souls. And that's from Philip Brooks. And then my favorite verse from the Bible, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And that's Matthew 6:34. But anyway, I had some people stay at my house about a month ago, and they made comment. They made comment about that little prayer. You know, there on the. They made comment about that little prayer. But anyway, it's time to get on with my day, and you know what? I think we'll end the video today with a little Jeopardy. Okay, see how I do. It's been a while, but let's see how I do on Jeopardy. Alexa, let's play Jeopardy.
This is Jeopardy! And now, here is your host, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny, and welcome, players. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for joining us again. Let's get going.
Your first Jeopardy category is Frock Around the Clock. Perfect for that 9 o'clock date, Us Magazine calls this adjective color dress a big essential for any wardrobe.
What is a little black dress?
Correct. Our second category is all-time winners. Adam Vinatieri has the NFL's most points scored in a career, playing with this Midwestern team since 2006.
Repeat, please.
Again, the category is all-time winners. Adam Vinatieri has the NFL's most points scored in a career, playing with this Midwestern team since 2006.
What is the Kansas City Chiefs?
That's not it. The correct response was who are the Indianapolis Colts. The next Jeopardy category is This Land is Your Landlocked Country. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in this landlocked European country.
What is Austria?
Excellent. Your fourth category is What are you saying? The response includes the word water. George Millay, the creator of Wet n Wild, was known as the father of these places.
What is Waterworld?
No, that's incorrect. The correct response was What are water parks? Our category is radioactive elements. This element was named for a planet that's no longer considered a planet.
What is Pluto?
That's not it. The correct response was What is plutonium? The final category is Before and Laughter. The part of the joke that makes the point with an ordered group of police suspects.
Repeat, please.
Again, the category is Before and Laughter. The part of the joke that makes the point with an ordered group of police suspects.
I don't know.
Please give your response, or I can skip this clue. Which would you like?
Skip the clue.
To hear today's final Jeopardy clue, tune in to Watch Jeopardy on your local station.
Oh, well.
Would you like to play Jeopardy now?
No. All right,
Thanks
folks.
for playing.
Everybody out there,
And
have
make sure to
a
tune in to our next episode of Jeopardy.
have a nice day. Alexa, what's the weather today in Fort Myers, Florida?
Currently, in Fort Myers, Florida, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly
73.
clear skies. Today, you can expect some sun and thunderstorms, with a high of 89 degrees and a low of 73 degrees.
89 and 73. Can you handle that? All right. Anyway, on with your day. Everybody take good care, okay? Have a great day.